What's going on, everybody? Kenny Dubs here with another Atelier Reslieriana video. Today I'm going over the synthesis process, how to synthesize good items, and what to look out for when synthesizing. I'm not going to really go over ideal traits for like everything in the game, just a few that you want to take note of. And to start with, you're either going to want to click recipes or go into the Atelier here. Going to Atelier is easier if you're going specifically for synthesis. Then you come over and click synthesis and you'll be brought over to this menu here. You can, like I said, you can click recipes as well to go into a menu like this so that you can synthesize. However, this menu is better off for figuring out how to learn new recipes rather than straight up synthesizing them, because as you can see, the UI is a bit different here. You can see a whole bunch of things even if you have not unlocked them just yet. And just as an example, if I click on this, I don't have this unlocked yet. You can see I needed to gather 30 metal ore, which I've already done, and then do 3,000 score battles, which I've not done. But once I do that, I will be able to unlock the Mystic Wonder of Fire. And yeah, that's that. Other than that, if I click on something I want to synthesize, so if I just click on steel staff here, I can click synthesis and make it like that. So back over in the Atelier menu, you're going to click synthesis here because it's from this menu that you will be spending a lot of your time and resources in order to make, at least decent gear for your characters. Now, first and foremost, in order to synthesize, you're going to need mana. And you can see right here, I have 2 mana left, and my recharge timer for it to fully restore is about 18 hours. You can also just buy mana restore, which honestly isn't too bad. It's 10 mana per restore here. And then you can just buy as many as you want per day. Like I said, it's not too bad. So if you need to synthesize some more things for things like the synthesize campaign right now that's going on, this isn't a bad thing to do. But we also have other ways of getting mana daily. Now, one way of getting mana daily is from your daily missions, actually. You can come in here and you can see you get 1 mana for logging in, 1 mana for using 50 stamina, things like that. You can also get some from your weekly missions as well. Use 200 stamina, use 500 stamina. And like I mentioned previously, the synthesize campaign is going on. So once you hit certain thresholds, you'll be able to get more mana as well. As you can see here, I have 2 waiting for me to pick up. These will be bundles of 5. So it's every 30. So 30 synthesize gets you 5 mana. 60 gets you 5. 90 gets you 5. 120 gets you 5, so on and so forth. There are also times when current events will give you stamina as well. Or I'm sorry, give you mana as well. As you can see here, I have a bunch of mana to pick up from this as well. I already picked up 8 from this bundle right here. So there was 20 here. So we had 2, 4, 60 mana in here. It'll cost various amounts of the coins from the event currency though. And also from the shop here in the monthly tab, you can get about 20 mana here as well. I've only bought 10 this month though, I believe. I guess you can't see the mana that I bought, but at least I'm pretty sure I bought at least one stack of mana this month, because it resets in 11 days. Because at the time of recording this, it is March 20th, 2024. So it resets monthly. All right, now with the various ways to get mana out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about synthesis. So first thing you might notice is that some items have different backgrounds. That just indicates their rarity. You can see here, this is, I believe, common. This is SR, this is SSR. This might be R. I think this is like considered R or rare, super rare, and then SSR. For that, SSR is the highest rarity that we can make right now at this point in the game, and ideally you want items of SSR rarity for the highest possible results in your synthesis, but that doesn't necessarily make them better. So coming over here, just to give a brief example of what I mean, you see this light iron staff here boosts magic stun damage by 6%. Not too bad. If you come over here, this steel bow, when equipped to a breaker, boosts stun damage by 8%. Marginally better, being an SSR. However, it is much more expensive in terms of the materials to get it. You can see here it needs 15 smec and 3 evil toasted arbor, while this one needs 10 of ashen sand, which is a lot easier to get, and 1 emerald glass. So this is a little bit better for specifically magic break damage. It's also a bit more limited because it needs to be equipped to a magic user. But there isn't much different, right? It's only a 2% increase, which isn't all that great in the grand scheme of things. So if you can't really farm out the SSR steel bow, this is definitely a good option. Now that we've gone over a little bit about the rarity, let's talk about the traits. Now, traits are basically what's going to determine what gear you use. So, as an example here, so coming over here to a character that I've been using, we have Marie. You can see none of my gear here is SSR. And like I mentioned before, it's because the traits are what determine basically what gear you will use. Now, if we come over here and click on this, you can see that my light iron staff has two traits here, right? It has stun damage boost 5, which is plus 15% stun damage. And the other trait actually doesn't matter right now. But because I have plus 15% stun damage on this magic, on this item right here, that's plus 21% stun damage, which, to be quite honest, is a lot better than this one because it's only 8% stun damage. So in terms of stun damage, my SR piece of gear is much better than my SSR piece of gear that I have equipped to her. And that's what I mean. You're kind of want to make sure your traits are what's going to determine if you use a piece of gear or not. And even if the rarity is better on another piece of gear. Again, we're going to come over here. Look at my Serenity Scarf. Now, when equipped to a breaker, increased on damage by 6% is the base skill on a SSR piece of Serenity Scarf. It is increased damage by 8%. However, look at my traits once again. We have stun damage boost 5 here and stun damage boost 5 here. These both stack. So this is plus 36% stun damage. That is much better than having the SSR piece of gear, which much worse traits. So just because a piece of gear is SSR doesn't mean it's automatically better than a piece of SR gear. And that's something you're definitely going to want to keep in mind when synthesizing, because this, like I said, this will affect what gear you want to use. All right, coming over here once again, showing a piece of gear. This is my Nightshade. At SSR, it increases skill damage by 8%. But at SR increases attacker skill damage by 6%. Now look at my traits once again. On my SR piece of gear, I have skill damage power up 5, and I have single attack power up 3, right? So that's plus 25, that's plus 8, that's 33 extra, there's 33% extra skill damage just on my traits alone. Now look at this SSR piece of gear. Sure, it has 2% more base increase in the passive, but look at my traits. Recovery boost, which isn't going to be useful when I'm using it on, and then I have skill power 1. So which one are you going to use? You're obviously going to use the SR piece of gear, simply because it is much better for what you are going to be using it for on an attacker. All right, coming back over here, finally, just the synthesis process. It's not too complicated. As you can see here, I have a lot of things that I can make at this moment. So I'm just going to pick something that I kind of want to make another copy of right now. I'm going to come over here and make another copy of the Paraselene clothes. It is an event item, so it's pretty cheap to make. As you see, it only takes 20 of the event item, 1 mana. So I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. And now you can start the synthesis process. Now from here, you're going to need to select gift colors, and this is where I guess a few people can get thrown off, because this can be a tiny bit confusing. So as you can see here, the gift colors are blue, purple, and red. Basically, that just means you pick someone who starts off with one of these colors. As you see here down at the bottom here where I can scroll, I can pick characters that have those colors. You see my Judy has blue, so I can put Judy in there, the trait will light up. I can pick Shally has blue, the trait will light up here, meaning that the trait will be active, and so on and so forth. However, if I were to go say okay, so if I go pick Bolt Resna, right now, her colors are yellow and green. The trait will not be active. You can see it's grayed out, and that's what I meant by would not be active. I didn't fully explain that when I was saying it. I just kind of assumed, but that is what I mean. If the trait is grayed out, it will not be active for that piece of gear. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click previous setup, because this is basically what I want. On this, I want recovery boost up, skill power up. Well, I don't really want skill power up, but I don't really have anything else that links to recovery boost. which is another thing that I want here on this piece of gear. As you can see here, because I picked Totery, I now need someone who is green to link to this, and I don't really have the greatest characters for green for what I would want this gear for. So like if I click on Shally right here, you can see this is grayed out because it will not trigger. I basically have to pick something like Ice Medudu or or Corneria, something like that, just so that the skill will be triggered. I'm just gonna click previous setup, click start, and then you can watch this little process here. Depending on the animation, you can tell something nice is gonna happen. I usually don't watch this, usually skip it, but like there are a few things that could happen. Like if the cauldron glows purple, that is very, very good. At the end here, if everyone gets kind of like blown back and is like on the floor as it finishes, that's pretty good. I think that just means you have at least a level 4 trait. I don't remember exactly what that means, but you usually have at least one higher tier trait off of that. Just finishing up the animation. The animation is quite long, which is why I usually don't watch it. That was just like the normal animation. And as you see here, okay, I did get skill power up 5 on this, which actually is pretty good. So I think I'm going to lock that for now. This has nothing I want to keep. This has no, this has recovery boost 5. Okay, I will keep that because I do want that. And basically that's how you're going to go about synthesizing. If I just do it again, see if I can get something really nice here. I don't think I'll be able to. I'll skip the animation this time. See if I can get one of the good animations. Skill power 4, recovery boost 4. That's actually not bad. A trait total level of 8. Oh, okay, this is actually like basically exactly what I wanted, so I can't be that mad. The reason I'm slightly upset is because it's an SR piece of gear, and with the Synthesize campaign going on, an SSR piece of gear would be preferable. But this is perfect for any like healing supporter I have, so I can just plop this on any support that has healing that I'm going to be using healing for, and this is basically going to be perfect as I have recovery boost here, plus 15% recovery there. And I have all recovery boost 5 here, which boosts recovery given to all allies by 25%. So as long as my support is healing all allies, they will have plus 40%, plus 43% recovery just off this piece of gear alone, which is, in all honesty, fantastic. Now, I guess one last thing that I did kind of want to go over are some combos for synthesizing, as the video is already getting quite long here, but there are specific combos you can use for synthesizing here as well. So if I click, I got the animation when they were on the floor. I wasn't going to say anything because I was just synthesizing this because I kind of wanted this, but you know what? I guess I'll cut back in here just to show that little thing right there. But what I actually wanted to show, I can't show it on that piece of gear anyway, which is why I stopped talking. I'll do it on this piece of gear here. Just talking about a few combos, a few useful combos, really just one. So for this combo here, you saw I had mentioned earlier about the gifts. A very, very popular combo that people like to use is Ice Medudu with Reuven, because they link to each other. And the reason that's good is because Ice Medudu has single power attack up, which can potentially boost skill damage by up to 25%. Reuven has skill power, which can boost damage up to 25%. And Reuven links to Zapping Water, which also has the potential for skill power up. Now, I didn't go too in depth about how the trait rolling works, but basically, you can only have 2 traits on a piece of equipment so weapon, armor, accessories. And with the rolling for this, you're going to get there's a chance for like every possibility, right? There's a chance for either single target attack power up, skill power, single target attack power up, skill power, single target attack power up, recovery boost, right? And things like that. So the reason why you want to do two of a skill is one, because fat boost, but two, you like basically increasing the chances of potentially rolling a good passive on that. And Reuven links to Metaru because she's green links to yellow, and yellow is Reuven, and then Reuven links to red, which is why these two was such a powerful combo for synthesizing, why a lot of people wanted Ice Metaru, including myself. So if I just go and do this real quick, I already have a decent one of these, but having one with two skill power ups would be great. Once again, recovery boost 5. I don't think I'll ever need that. But just to show, I was fortunate enough to actually roll double skill power up 5 on this piece of gear, and again on an SR piece of gear, so automatically better than like 90% of the weapons I would roll for a strike attacker, right? So much better than this, because this inherently has 50% damage increase. So the 3% from this that you get per turn honestly does not compare to this, just because of the traits here. So I just wanted to go over a bit of the synthesis and how to go over it. I didn't go to it in full detail in this video. I just kind of wanted to go over the basics, and something I actually didn't mention at all. I had to come to my container to show this, just by clicking the menu button and clicking container. Battle items, like I said, I didn't have to come to my container. Battle items can have up to 3 passives, but some passives will not be effective on battle items. That's also something I kind of glossed over. I mentioned that some equipment gear, some passives can't be held on it, but that's because they'll like be for battle items. Like you see, this is a battle item, but because it doesn't heal, the recovery bonus does not trigger for this, but this does, because it's a buff. The fire blessing does not work for this either, unfortunately. And like sometimes you might roll a battle item and you might have 0 usable passives, unfortunately. So that's something you might have to deal with as well with battle items. But battle items can have 3 traits. Ideally, you get 3 traits that are useful. And there's not really much else to say about that, to be quite honest. But yeah, like I said, I just kind of wanted to go over the synthesis, kind of like basics, and what things to look out for. Hopefully this video helped some of you out. I'll catch you guys next time. Later.